Hey everybody, it's Jason Blaha here, and I came across a story in the last day that's come across my desk a couple different times now, and it is about the MMA fighter Gabi Garcia saying that she is open to fighting men. Well, we're going to discuss the problems with this, and you guys know me, I don't care about people's dog and pony shows, I don't care about politically correct social justice warriors. I don't have time for people who honestly think that we have clean athletes in professional sports today. I just can't handle that type of naivety. I can't handle that type of political mumbo jumbo that confuses people and convinces people of things that aren't true. That's simply not true. All your top athletes are on drugs. I don't want to hear that stuff. I don't want to hear people say that men and women are equal in sports either. Provably false. Anyone who studies human physiology, exercise science, knows that even a sex change operation will not make them equal. Hormones won't even bridge the gap. And you want an example of it? Look at the Olympics. Now, y'all can argue all day long that these athletes aren't all on hormones. Well, they are. The women are taking male hormones. But when you take the medalists in any sort of sprinting, again, speed and power, Olympic lifting, speed and power, when you push them cross-class from men's to women's, women's to men's, the medalists in the women's cannot hit the same run times of anyone in the top 20 in the men. They can't break the top 20. The absolute best of the best, the gold and silver medalists can't break the top 20. Sometimes they can't even break the top 50. Same thing with the Olympic lifting. They are not as strong, women are not as fast. No matter what you do, no matter how hard you train, how much the elite genetics are there, they can't compete. Now, can they outrun or outlift a man way further down the chain? Yes. But when you go into competitive sports, you're no longer dealing with a man way down the chain. And I'm sure Gabi Garcia could take some novice male with minimal training and whoop his butt. I have no doubt about it. But what you have here, you have a woman who is big and strong and massive, very clearly on large amounts of male hormones. I don't care what drug testing she's taken. Drug testing doesn't work. I've covered that repeatedly here. I've even taught you guys in videos how to beat a lot of the drug testing out there. It's not as hard as people make it out to be. Now, that being said, very clearly you can visually tell. It's overwhelmingly obvious. And I'm not saying that as a knock to her. She does what she has to do to win, to be competitive. So does everybody else. That's not even singling her out. But you have a case of a woman who thinks because she's taken a lot of male hormones that she is going to be able to compete with highly trained, somewhat genetically gifted, probably male athletes who are also taking extra hormones. Did you guys not see what happened with Fallon Fox? I made a big deal about that, look, it doesn't matter if you go through a sex change. That person carries a Y chromosome. They went through puberty under the influence of elevated testosterone levels. Their bone density, their bone structure, their muscle fiber distribution, muscle fiber density is going to be higher. No amount of hormone replacement therapy or therapies that you do to convert these things over in adulthood is going to undo that. He is going to hit harder, be stronger, be more aggressive, be more explosive than a female is. And what did you see? You saw Fallon Fox knocking women out who were probably better fighters than he was. They were devastating. The first fight or two, if you guys saw those, he destroyed them. And yes, I'm going to use he. I don't have time for this politically correct nonsense. We're sticking with reality. This person still punches like a man. They have the fist, the bone structure, the muscle structure of a man. And if we're going to talk about a fighting situation, I'm going to call that person a man no matter what they've done with their genitalia, because in the fighting ring, they are still a man. And that's why Fallon Fox was destroying people. So you're going to see the same thing here. Gabi needs to put that in perspective. What's going to happen when she steps in the ring against men who were born men, who've been on male hormones their whole life during their developmental years, not just adult life like she's done, who are also taking additional drugs also. It isn't going to go well. She's going to get destroyed. And again, I'm all for women being empowered. I'm all for women being competitive. I'm all for uplifting women. This is going to be a woman getting beat up by men. That's what's going to happen. Again, I'm sure she could take some punk on the street. She could probably kick the crap out of him. But against a highly trained male fighter who is gifted, who is also on male hormones, no, it's going to be a slaughter. And no, I don't approve of this. I don't want to see it. I hope we don't see it. I think it would be bad for females' image around the world. And I think it would promote the idea that it is okay for men to beat up women. That's my biggest problem anytime we have these combat sports to where we cross gender and we pretend like gender doesn't matter, that it's a social construct. We learn that it isn't. And I think it's a problem because, again, it's going to highlight one of the biggest problems with this gender bending stuff is that we're going to promote the message, again, that it is okay for a man to beat the hell out of a woman on international television while people cheer. I have a problem with that. All right, guys, but that's really all I have to say on that today. I hope it's been informative, and I will talk to you guys next time.